Yo, this SV Twiz, the Hood Blogger. Y'all know how I carry it. Shout out to everybody that been rocking with the content. If you're a returning viewer, you ain't sub. If you new to the channel and you ain't sub, bro, make sure you sub. You won't be disappointed, man. The Hood Blogger. Y'all know how I carry it. But I got to get straight into it. So Quill just dropped some clips on the gram and all that. Letting people know the second podcast is on the way. It's already recorded and everything, and he ready to roll. And he dropped some major clips, man. And one of the clips that stood out a lot was, he addressed the issues with AR-Ab, and then he would go to say he the only rapper from the city of Philly that went at AR-Ab, and he also imitated the video. And, at the end of the day, before I even get into that, I gotta rewind, bro. Once upon a time in Philly, Quill and AR-Ab had their differences. I'm not going to call it beef because on Quill's side, he felt as though it was just entertaining, and, he took it upon himself to troll AR-Ab. Even though it was shots fired through music, at the end of the day, it was a vlog that I feel like it got taken down because of everything that had happened, during the time when Ab was, coming back Hain Street and other areas trying to catch up to Quill. But basically the vlog had consisted of him. He was back Hain Street and he was talking crazy, and then he tried to make fun of AR-Ab where he had squeezed his nose and was like, he talked like this. So Ab didn't take that lightly. Immediately, Ab was going around looking for him, calling him, trying to catch up with him. So we gotta remember, at the end of the day, this was definitely dead smack into the DVD era.
Oh man, that's over, man. You know what I'm saying? I see the nigga, I beat him down, all that, man. Dang. It ain't about nothing, man. I'm gonna problem this boy, man. I jump on. I go to prison, man. I can't. End of the day, man, it ain't no beef, man. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stay out of trouble, man.
I just, when you see it, it's like, hey, a nigga talking records about you on the phone and shit. To you on the phone. Nigga, boom, boom, boom. You like, nigga, when I see you, it's home.
Yeah.
Call next day, it's over, my own trouble. You know what I mean? Alright, it's done. And a year later, I know, like, it's certain when you rappers, they be fraud. A lot of niggas be frauds. So they're like, hey, see you?
Yeah.
Shake your hands and talk to you. And then go on the DVD and say, I seen him. He ain't do nothing. I checked him. He almost ran. They'll lie and say all that. So I say, to protect all that from happening, because he'll say all that and I won't see him for like 10 years. He'll hide in the house and all that. So I'm going to beat him up now. And so any response he have is going to be like, yeah, he beat me up, but I'm still a gangster. So, I kicked his ass, and he can say what he want to say now.
I could dig it. You writing any raps about it?
Ab would go to say and pretty much touch up on it more and say that, he was trying to catch up with Quill and all that. And, they was calling and talking through the phone. He said Quill was talking heavy, and Quill would say meet him here, meet him there, but he had never met. And I want to say that he had pulled up on the guy that had recorded it or whatever, and basically was like where Quill was at. Long story short, he ends up not meeting Quill, and then he would go to say that he ended up catching Quill at a bowling alley. I assume that it was out of probably Adams Lanes or Erie Lanes, one of them joints. It probably was Adams Lanes, especially, at the end of the day, Germantown was up there heavy. Basically, a lot of the city was up there. Frankfurt, everybody. Y'all remember, like, the parties and all that? People was throwing up there. Adams Lane used to be turned up back in the day. But long story short, they would do whatever, and Ab would talk about, putting hands on Quill and dragging him by his pockets and everything. And he said Quill had homies with him, but, ain't nobody getting involved in it. It was basically a one-on-one. But, Quill would pretty much bring up the vlog and all that he made about Ab and say that, he the only one in the city that ever won that AR.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Before it was a YBC dude disrespecting people, I was disrespecting people, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And not even to go on a negative tip, but I'm talking about all that shit. I started that shit, bro. I was the first coming at AR-Ab before dude was born. May Allah rest his soul. You understand what I'm saying? Coming at the motherfucker, yeah. I ain't coming at no guppies and little niggas be hiding in the county. No, I'm in the city. Who else there? Oh, Abden. All right, come on. What I do when I'm YouTube? I'm ARM and I'm playing. I seen him do it in it. Making fun, trolling him. You understand what I'm saying? Cause I knew nobody else in the city would play with him. They were afraid. Not me. What he say? Well, don't be a menace. But I do. He don't want no trouble. But I do. I don't get bro. And then after that, guess what? We prayed, our kids played with each other, all that. Like, Ab, my man, free AR Ab.
I know the Hood Blogger gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it raw and uncut. I gotta give credit, but I also gotta keep it real. Did Quill, it's a few things that he capped about on there, but he also did keep it real as far as him saying he did that vlog when, you know, he had squeezed his nose and he was definitely trolling Ab. Now, what he said was he was one of the first guys that do it. We all know that was a lie. Gil been doing it. Gil been doing that for real. Like, he one of the first guys that, you know, somebody dissed him on music and he went and did a vlog about him and disrespected him. Oskino used to also do it. And Quill, we gotta keep it a stack. I didn't see you ever really go at nobody on that type of time besides rapping, which the whole Philly was up until Had got you on that, because Had was the first guy from that DVD era that was really getting disrespectful on them vlogs. For those of y'all that don't remember, I gotta take y'all back.
We call it Dickie, I just don't pay homage. But boy, niggas better chill. Like when niggas be rapping that dumb little bubblegum and no bull spit bars. He said, "You seen Iron Man?"
That nigga Freak Mills talking about. You know I keep a dime like 5 times 2. That shit. Like,
they love it. They Quill,
like real rap. They ain't take no thought. You ain't think about that.
But they loving that Quill.
They loving that.
Shorty flying with that right now. He'll tell you.
We gotta keep it a stack, Quill. Nobody discrediting how hot you is and what you did in the game. But at the end of the day, Had he definitely groomed you, bro. Had was talking heavy on them DVDs and you was by his side. You know, at the end of the day, after him and Meek was beefing, y'all remember that back and forth with Had and Meek, where they was pretty much going back and forth with each other. Meek was actually upset, I think, from the time when he got booked, that nobody actually had put up his bail money, you know, for the Headshot DVD. But Had actually did put money up, so I really don't know how they really ended up falling out, because later on in, you know, his career, Meek would put up a video on the gram and ask his mom, like, you know, when my bill was $7,500, who put up money? And his mom said, you know, Joey Jihad is the only one that did it. So Had definitely put money towards his bill, but Had and Meek was going back and forth, and that's when Meek was like, bro, you ain't paid this for no Gucci bucket and all that. So that's where that whole joint came from. And Had got that blueprint from Gil. So Quill, you definitely capping as far as saying you the first person that was going at people. It's just the simple fact that during that era and that joint that was laid out, most people that was going back and forth with each other, the person they was going back and forth with, they kind of already understood that, you know, if they bumped into each other, it would really be an issue. It's just that when Quill was doing it, I guess he ain't think that he would have to bump into Ab, you know what I'm talking about? And then he bumped into Ab, and then we all seen the outcome of that. But with that being said, he also went at, you know, YBC do. I'm not even going to say he went at him, but the difference with these young boys is, these young boys is really unfortunately out here twisting each other up. More so back then it was entertainment, and the most that would happen is they put, you know what I'm saying, you get hands put on you, whether you get rolled on or just you might lose a one. You know, it's part of the game. I ain't discrediting Quill for, you know, what Ab had did to him, but at the same time, you do gotta hold your ground. You can't just let somebody come up, put hands on you, and you don't even attempt to throw a punch. But these young boys out here, they really crashing out. So regardless of that era of, you know, you claiming that you the first one that did it, you can't compare what you was doing or what was going on in them DVD eras to what's going on today, because these young boys is really spinning on each other, and it's like a constant issue in Philly. But you know, this SV Twist, the hood blogger, y'all know how I carry it, man. But most importantly, make sure y'all tune in to Quilly new episode of his podcast. I'm keeping my eyes out for it too, so I know he gonna have a lot to talk about. I'm gonna keep y'all posted. Hood blogger.